On this episode, we're looking at my X32 setup, new Hazers. All right, we got toys. Happy New Gear Day. We've got some cleaning. We've got cleaning fluid, because that is important. These only work if you keep them clean. Hurricane Haze 1DX. And there should be some fluid in here. Lighting always looks better with something in the atmosphere, and that's what we're hoping to produce with these Hurricane Haze 1DXs. A lot of our beam lights have a prism effect in them, but you can normally not see that unless you have something floating around in the atmosphere. It's a cute little guy. So, on the back, super simple controls, on, off, DMX options, IEC, door opens, bottle slides out. Oh, magnet closes. That's kind of hot, okay. And just literally comes out of this slot here. Not much to it. We have two of them. We opted for two of the smaller units rather than one of the larger hazers, one on each side of the stage instead of just all the haze coming from one side of the stage. Digital is great, but I still thoroughly enjoy working with copper. I know copper is heavier, however, I believe it's more reliable, and it's also easier for me to troubleshoot. Rather than looking at a digital screen and having to understand it, I can just move physical connections around. Also, a lot of times, these physical connections I can repair in the field if something were to go wrong. A lot of times the digital snakes and things like that, you know, if those get fried, they get fried. There's no going back from that. We got geysers, we got hazers. I want to set up more lights now. Today's band is Hank Ruff and the Hellbenders. As far as setup goes for me, this is going to be pretty easy today. They will be all in-ears. Really the most difficult thing that I'll have for setup will be just plugging everything into their in-ear rack. They will have a split. That copper snake will run all the way out to front of house. We're going to run a D6 in our kit today. We'll run Sennheisers on the toms. I have some SC electronics for overheads. I will not need them, but I'm going to put them there anyway for their in-ears primarily. Before I call the band out, even though if I'm feeling pretty confident, I will tap test everything. So here I have my iPad. I'm going to walk around and I'm going to touch these microphones. As I touch these microphones, you'll see green lights coming in on the channels. I'm doing this just so that way I know that that channel is working, that microphone is working. Nothing more sucks than when you call the band out and it's time for sound check and then everyone ends up standing around watching you problem solve something. I want all of that out of the way before the artist even touches the stage. And for direct inputs, you would want to unplug your XLR cable, plug a 58 into that same line, and test the line that way. Now you'll know everything should work at your console. This is fairly complicated to follow. Ask questions below in the comments and I'll explain. So this is kick out, snare, hi-hat, tom 1 and 2. He has an auxiliary snare, and I have that there. And then this is the ride, bass, electric guitar. We have his acoustic guitar, dead channel. Then we have the drum pad, which I have labeled as tracks. And then this is Hank guitar, which I guess I didn't hear that input. And then this is the lead vocal, and then this is the backup vocal. On layer 2, I have kick in, and then I have my saxophone. I have the talk backs right here so I can solo them and just hear what's going on, hear if there's an issue. And then all of that, everything over here gets submixed into a mix. So I have kick, snare, and bass. I have all of my metals, so that would be like hi-hat, cymbals. This is my toms, so I have toms left and right, so that way I can pan. And then here I have band left and right, and that is everything else. That's my guitars, the tracks, the saxophone, all of that runs into band left and right. And then right now I have a mono bus for my vocals. The reason why it's mono and not a stereo bus is because in my venue it doesn't particularly matter, but this bus 8, the motor's dead. This motor doesn't work. I know I can go in here and disable the fader. It's just a hassle. I'm not worried about it. Mono in my venue for the vocals is totally fine. And so all of these get routed to my main left, right. Nothing, no inputs go directly to my main left, right. They all go through these buses. This gives me a couple of options. It gives me more control, more compression, more EQ options, and it's my preferred way of doing things right now. Down here, 9 through 12, those are my live mixes. If I need to throw up monitors, I typically only need to run 12. If I'm doing a band that has a ton of in-ears, I'll bring a monitor console. It is what it is. So, processing. I don't have a main system processor here. I have a processor just for the tops and just for the subs. That's a whole situation. But what I do is I have my mains going to these matrices. So this is my left stack, my left main, my right main. This is my sub. This is my center fill signal. I don't have a good center fill yet. We plan on doing some Nexos for that. Just haven't gotten around to it. So I have some monitors that are spun around, and it's better than nothing. Then here I have some DCAs, quick DCAs to get to anything that honestly I'm not really using these days. So it's this, and my effects delay right here. That's everything. And I don't use this because this fader is jacked up.
That Thank y'all. Coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Dreams I'm singing in the lightning, those are pulling my breeze. Baby, get ready. Way across the field, where the creek turns back, where the gold stone grows.